Let's go. Hello, everybody. Okay, straightforward stuff today. I'm here to show some progress. Okay, so the main function has been reduced, as you can see. It has been reduced to a couple of calls. It looks a lot cleaner now, a lot more professional. I've created the server manager single class that basically is responsible for managing the whole runtime of the server. It's super important. So how it works? How it works is that a lot of objects in our program will most likely be observers of this class, as you can see. Observers have methods start and end, and those methods will be used to basically initialize them, and not really initialize them, to start the runtime and to end the runtime. There's also a wait method that basically waits until a user presses Q or types in quit. It's like a private friend class, something like that. It's pretty cool. So this is something. Now, what I've done is I have implemented something I saw at Google. So in Google Chrome, it's in the base library of the Google Chrome. It's open source. It's not like I'm not leaking anything, right? But the base library of Google Chrome has this really similar thing to this, basically, which is called scope observation. And how scope observation works is that when you have a pattern like that, so when you have an observer class, and when you have a server, like server manager, and you have observer class, and you want the observer to subscribe to server manager, what we'll do is that we will define a constraint saying that, well, observables of the server manager in this case will have a method addObserver that will take an observer and its reference its pointer. And then, let's say, for example, matchmaker, right? Matchmaker inherits after observer here. In matchmaker's constructor, we will call server manager observation, which is a scope observation object here, and it will observe the server without taking the address of the instance. I could do just this normal reference operator here, however, I just don't know, it doesn't look good to me. I prefer this. This looks a little bit more like, I don't know, preference. Now, and what's cool about this is that we don't have to think about releasing this observation, because let's take a look at this observation one more time. In the scope observation destructor, we call reset, and what reset does is basically removes the observer from the observables collection. And when we look at the remove observer implementation of the server manager, remove observer is basically, well, it logs obviously because it's multi-threaded, but then what it does is basically removes the observer from observers collection. Observer is just a standard vector here, so it's dope. Now, this is pretty cool, I think. And then when upon the end, as you can see, we are calling end function for all of the observers, right? So end function will be responsible, well, in case of a matchmaker, it will store true, and true basically will break the loop of the observer. After the break, all of the matchmakers, all of the, how do you call them? All of the players stored in the matchmaker's intermediate buffer will be returned to the lobby, because that's how you go about things. It's maybe a little inefficient since they are static objects, so they will just deallocate. But I want to, I don't know, something tells me to just return the ownership, because that's not really, like, I think that's the correct behavior here, basically. I know that they will get deallocated since it stores shared pointers, but I prefer them to be in an array like that, to be returned like that. So the stop will intercept, the stop here will break the while loop, players are going to be returned. And then what will happen next, let's see. Well, upon destruction here, we should probably, now that I think of it, that might be actually not that bad of an idea, to call, where is that? Anyway, obviously we also join, right? I don't think that we should call, I'm thinking about calling, where is that? Oh, about calling observers clear here to clear it. So most likely we will destroy, well no, they won't be destroyed. Well, it's good, I guess. Hello, Nasser. What's up, man? How do you do? Yeah, Terry is awesome. He's a huge inspiration. He was such a skilled programmer with such immense knowledge, right? And it's really inspiring. Yeah, cool guy. What a sad story that he died so young. I mean, he died, and he had a tragic life too. But yeah, really good software engineer, I think, one of the best. So yeah, that's how it works. It's a new setup basically. Yeah, rip. And also server here. It also observed the server manager, and it also received start and end calls. And server start is basically what it used to be. It's still start, and server's end is just stopping the server. It's nothing unusual because stop of the server underlying server from the library does pretty much what it's supposed to do. So it joins the thread, so that's the same thing as in the case of the matchmaker. As a matter of fact, I fashioned the matchmakers end function on servers end function. Hello, Mohitja 340. Hello. Yeah, and for the stream, what I've picked for the stream actually. Oh yeah, maybe I will show you. Oh, there's actually one more thing I want to show you. I figured out how to better use the stack trace. It appears that first of all we are calling this semi-initialize function, and what semi-initialize is basically Windows function. It's a function from a Windows API, so Terry would absolutely smite me for that. But yeah, semi-initialize function is from debug help header, and it allows us to this function allows us to load the program database, so server PDB file, for example, and to map all of the addresses of function calls to the names from the PDB file. And now, as you can see probably, oh wait a second, where is that? And now we don't have to translate them. The description will just be correct. So it's an interesting, it's very interesting to me how this is not described in the documentation. At least I didn't see that you have to load the PDB, and this is like totally system dependent. And what's even more interesting is that Clang doesn't do that for you. So right now, I'll just show it to you. Well, let's say I'll show it just here. So it's really quick. Oops. Common utility stack trace analyzer printout. And now if we run it, if you run it right now, well, let's maybe get it to the side because it will be a huge output. SRC, yeah, that's a minus because I had to link those two PDBs here. Those are just symbolic links to the output from the build, because normally those PDBs are like in the output here. I could probably like define where they actually go. If I, as you can see, if I do server access stack trace, and the server access, if I execute, I will get the stack trace of main. It's obviously main, so it will have like only system calls underneath it. I mean, those aren't system calls, but like preparation functions, or however they're called. But let's say that I execute this function somewhere deeper in the stack. Let's say that I will execute this maybe. Oh, let's execute this. I don't know. Maybe let's execute this here on the run. We will see the stack is deeper, and we'll actually see my functions here, which is dope, I think. Yeah, as you can see, matchmaker run is from the matchmaker standard invoke. Yeah, actually, what call? Oh yeah, because we pass it to the thread, so it's thread, and then the thread calls like invoke, and then there's run. So yeah, I think it's actually really dope. And what's interesting about this is that since this is a separate thread, we don't have main underneath. We just had another starting thread operation. So I think it's again pretty interesting stuff. So that's the main progress here. For this stream and in general for today, I wanted to implement reacting to when the connection is closed. Let's say that the client closes abnormally. We want to intercept this message and basically inform interested parties about this. I'm building a server right now. It's a WebSocket based server that will be used for a poker game. I already have prepared a deck, and there is a card here, and right now I'm building server, and when I finish building server, I will build out the client. The client is here. You can already connect the client, but there is no interaction. I mean, limited interaction. And the client basically will join server, and they will play poker games. And I will implement like computer strategies for poker, and I will be able to see which of the strategies is the best. I will be able to log the games. I will be able to run statistics on those on logs, and I think it would be really cool. So yeah, basically poker server, like a casino. You can say that I'm building a casino here. Yeah, I think it's really cool. But yeah, today close all, and we're going on a trip, and our trip is called creating a callback for when the connection is closed. So as you can see, the connection is closing here, and we already have a very basic handling, I mean printing out really, for when it happens. Okay, so now if we open two terminals, one for the client and one for the server, and we build cd build no, it should be client and also client exe, and here src server it messes with me. src server. Okay, so now we open the server, and then we open the client. A connection happened. We have some debug info. Those aren't errors. This is just debug for me, like creation of connection, because I want to know when it's created. So we are creating connection upon, well, when it connects, and then we are moving it to the lobby. As you can see, we've moved it. And now that we disconnect the player incorrectly, so we are just Ctrl-C it, we can see that connection closing, abnormal closure code 1006, right? So this isn't really great. However, what's happening is that at this moment, this connection is still in the lobby. So we want to eliminate it from the lobby because, well, that's kind of obvious to me, right? If it's still in the lobby, it will get passed to the matchmaker. I mean, actually, it's connected currently. It probably isn't the matchmaker when I think about it. So that's purely wrong, right? So we want to implement some interface that will allow us to track where those to track basically closures. And how I'm going to do this is just the same way I have implemented observer there. It will be a class called observer, and it will have a virtual function called public virtual function called connection closed, and we will supply it with shared pointer because it's a shared pointer to a connection class, connection state, and it's obviously an abstract function. What's his deal here? A type specifier is required. Oh yeah, duh. So it's a virtual void connection closed, taking a shared pointer to a connection state equals 0. Okay, and now the server will have like mutex, observers mutex, and it will have standard vector of observers. And the worst part is that I actually don't need to repeat those functions. I can just copy them because they are exactly the same, I think, at least. So what we'll do, let's be cheeky about this. Start, add observer, remove observer, let's go. Yeah, a puppy dies every time I copy code, remember that. Server. And then we can go here and just paste it here. Okay. Where are they situated? On new connection established. Take on AI code generation. My take on AI code generation. Damn, nobody ever asked me for a take. Okay, so my take on AI code generation. I think that it depends on your seniority. I'm a junior, right? So if I were to generate all of my code as a junior, I wouldn't learn anything. When I use AI for code generation, it's mostly things like, oh, I don't know the library. I will give you an example. Like in the common, right? In the structures analyzer, I had no clue that such library as debug help lib exists, right? So I asked AI, is there like a library that could load the program's database, right? And like kind of read symbols from there. And AI was like, yeah, here is the library. And that's what AI is super useful for, right? It basically tells you, oh, there's like a library that you can use. Or there's actually a different way to do this stack tracer, because you can insert calls of profiler functions. You can basically generate like functions. They are called, I will try to find them, sig profile. Yeah, basically you can compile in those two functions, function enter and function exit, on the beginning of every function and end of every function. It's an instruction from a compiler. You then do this define those like external functions, and those get called. I would never have known about this, but AI told me about this, and I can like then research this topic, right? So this is great. AI is great for that. But when it comes to coding, I just wouldn't trust it. Okay, like you wouldn't learn anything by using AI to code, and not only you wouldn't learn anything, but you also would probably learn some pretty bad patterns, because remember, AI is trained on like kind of holistically. Like the code that the AI is trained on isn't really like, precisely nitpicked, right? So just saying that not everybody should be, not everybody writes a perfect code. So like, especially me, right? Imagine if AI was trained on my code, like, holy man. So in other words, very sparingly is good, and it's good to give you like an advice on a library, for example, to use. And it really speeds up the process of like finding libraries, for example. It really speeds up the process of, for example, like let's say that you are writing some kind of logic for parsing, right? And you just need AI to kind of use this library, or how to use this like parsing library. I don't care about this parsing library. I'm making a server, right? So AI might code this, but then again, I would probably check it because I don't trust robots. Like, I'm a robot hater, man. What's going on here? Yeah, include ranges. And we need to include mutex too. Yeah, bro. I mean, like, what's his problem? Too many arguments to function call. Expected a single argument. My man, there is a single argument though. Like, what are you on about? STD range is removed to remove. No, I don't. Okay, I think it's on crack right now. I think it's just not refreshed. So we'll just ignore it for now. So we are adding observers. Okay. Observer, connection closed. Okay, and now we need to do on connection closed. And what's your take on the AI? Richard Feynman. Damn, Richard Feynman. This was actually Richard Feynman. That's crazy, bro. Imagine a dead novelist. He's revived and he comes in your stream, bro. Like, Richard Feynman commented on my stream. That's absolutely ridiculous, man. I love that. Did you know that Richard Feynman was playing like tam-tam drums? Like, I heard that one of his colleagues actually saw him playing those drums in the forest and was scared that some kind of Indian. Yeah. Actually, I think I need this server. Oh yeah, we also need like std shared x connection state, and we should be taking this. Oh yeah, wait a second. That will be a lot of copying. But this is 8 bytes. No, this is not 8 bytes. Wait a second. Okay, we are not transferring ownership here. This is not a transfer of ownership or like saying that now you own it. It's just like observation here. So I think that we are allowed to just do this instead of passing in a shared pointer. That makes more sense to me because I think so. Yeah. Give me a second to think about it. But then again, like, I'm not really sure about the lifetime of it. Well, this will be called here, right? And then we will try from this thread remove from some collection, but we won't switch threads, so this will return here, and the pointer will and the shared pointer will still be there. At least it should, I think. I think it's safe to make it a pointer. Famous last words. I think it's safe to make it a pointer. Bro, what's your problem? Like, I don't know, bro, but Clang really okay because algorithm isn't included. That's interesting that this also depends on algorithm functions. Like, can't you like include them? That's really interesting. Well, okay. So now we know that the connection is closing, and maybe let's start now. Who is really interested in that the connection has finished? Wait, why is it screaming at me? What's wrong? Oh, ranges is included but not used. Well, I think it's used, but whatever. Look, now I'll erase ranges and it will scream at me that there is no ranges. It doesn't. Oh. Now, there are two main places that are interested in whether something is server, observers. Okay. Lobby is interested in whether this function has been called. So we'll create a scoped observation here. Common utility scoped observation server, and then this is what is this? Lobby, right? Server observation. So lobby is interested in that, and now lobby is not longer a default one. I begin to think that we need to split this, but I think I'm not grown up enough to do this. So scoped, so server observation. Why it didn't show up? In template assertion failed due to requirement. Oh yeah. I notoriously forget about that. Server observation, this. Okay, and then we do observe. Okay, so now lobby depends on the server and server depends on the lobby. That is oh, that's not really great. Okay, I will probably export this into a CC file because I'm worried about some circular inclusions. Yeah, I mean, it begins. Well, how do I do this now? Wait a second. Because server relies on the lobby, and lobby relies on the server. Well, holy man, it's. Yeah, it's not really great. I don't like that. I don't know. That seems pretty bad. Yeah, I don't think we can do this. We need to find a better solution to this because this will bite us in the ass pretty soon. Yeah, this is wrong. Okay, so since not this, then what? I think that having a server observation isn't particularly bad. It's just not a place. Not here is a place for that. Probably. Okay, so maybe let's just a separate class like closure handler, and it will have like maybe more access to lobby, and it will be listening on the erase from the server. Yeah, I think that's a better choice. So closure handler and .h. Give me it. Let's grab it. Let's put it here. H. And now server. So that's not a perfect name. I don't like it. Connection closure handler would be better. Yeah, let's rename it. Connection closure handler. Okay, and oh, and the CMake list too. Connection closure handler, connection closure handler. Okay. It will inherit server public server observer server. Okay. So it's public virtual oh, I really think it should be called on connection closed the more I think about it, because I keep messing it up. So actually I will rename it to on connection closed. It's a perfect Z is a perfect editor. Like Z is a perfect editor. Oh my god, Z is such a good editor, bro. How do you not love Z? Seriously though. What's your oh yeah. Void. to find definition does not match. Oh, because it's not a pointer. No, it's better. Okay, so this will get some kind of a this will get some kind of a, how do you call it? ID, right? Because there is connection state has an ID. Get ID. Yeah. It's a string. I hate that. That's alright. Okay, so how do we go about that right now? What we'll need is a lobby and probably also a lobby, a matchmaker, and then every match conductor should also have something. So, So what? That's a good question. Other observer? I mean, that's goofy, man. I don't know how to like trip just to kind of circumvent this. This is just bad design at this point. Well, okay, so this shouldn't be an observer. Look, I will finally get it correct. This is not an observer. This is something that will be stationed in the server, and the server won't have those, but somebody else will have. This will have an observer. On connection closed. Yeah. So actually, this will probably have like a public observer here. No, it can be a part of the server too. Like, holy crap! This is such a riddle, man. You're constructing. This is such a riddle, man. How to handle this properly? We're constructing a lobby, and lobby will need to listen to this. Then we are constructing a server, and server will need to call it, and then we're constructing a matchmaker and match conductors that will need to listen to this. So both lobby, so it needs a matchmaker and lobby needed for the constructor, and server also needs for a constructor. So it will be like here, but then server should be created before the lobby. That makes no fucking sense, man. Okay, it does. It does. Okay. Oh, okay, I know how to do this. Yeah. So this is correct right now. So we have this. Virtual void 0, okay. It will have public function like that. It will have mutex. Hello to the two strangers that have ventured in my chat. Server mutex, and we'll have std vector observers observer pointer observers. Okay. And now this makes more sense suddenly. This suddenly starts making more sense, I guess. we have this. Include algorithm, and last one, on connection closed. What is going on? What's your problem, man? What is his problem? Public. Expected express. Oh. Mute. Oh yeah. Holy crap. And now observer on connection closed. Why? Oh, because it's in public. Okay, that's good. Now, all right. Now this will be on connection closed. Wait a second. What's that? Why do we removing this? Okay, we are calling on connection closed. That's correct. Okay, so what we can do, I'll think about that. But now, now this will implement connection closure handler observer, and now it makes sense. Now it makes sense. STD connect. Oh, it's not STD. It's just connection closure handler. Actually, common utility scope observation, connection closure observer, lobby. Yeah, it's public here. Public. And now this will do like that. And this will take this. And what we need to do is to have connection closure handler passed in as a reference. Closure handler. And we need to connection closure observer observe closure handler. What's the error here? Single argument constructor sounds not explicit. Yeah, that's a good catch. And what's the because it's a pointer here. So we are passing it in as a reference because we want to make sure that this is always valid, right? And if we are peculiar enough, what we can also do, we can actually make this reference closure handler and also initialize it in the constructor if we need this, but I don't think we will ever, well, we won't ever need this. We don't need this. What we only need to do, one last thing, is to virtual void on connection closed x connection state override. And what's your problem, and like for now we'll just be printing that we got the message here. State get ID. For now, we'll just be printing this. Holy shit, man! What did you type? Message got redacted automatically. I don't know what did you type, man, but your message got redacted like automatically. So don't do that, man. It wasn't me, it was just automatic. I don't know what you type. Okay. Hello to the four people. I think that's a record, man. Like, let's celebrate that we have 4 people in the chat. Like, I will take a sip of water for that. Hello to everybody in chat. Please subscribe to my channel. We'll update the subscription counter because we have 24 subscriptions. That's absolutely incredible, man. Like, look at them. I will update the counter if you subscribe to my channel. Like, you should update it right now, actually. Like you should subscribe, bro. I will like update my counter if you subscribe. Imagine that. 4 viewers, 4 concurrent viewers. That's absolutely insane, man. Like 4 people watching me code at the same time. That is incredible. Like. Okay, so we don't need a server here, and we also. Oh, very good, very good, very good, very good. Okay, lobby now takes in the connection handler. Well, so I guess the server manager right now will hold a std unique pointer connection closure handler to this, and we'll be creating this make unique. I think it's a unique pointer. Why would you even recommend a shared pointer here? Like sometimes the IntelliSense like is tripping for real. Like, what do you mean? And it takes in a reference, so we'll build the referencing connection closure handler get, and we dereference this, and now lobby takes this in. Now we need to make server aware of its existence by storing. What do we store? Probably also a reference here. Connection closure handler. And we will be calling it here. State get on connection closed. What's the problem? Use of non-static data member from a nested. Oh, that's a good problem. That is a correct problem to have. Wait a second. Wait, that's a correct problem. Closure handler. So yeah, it will also have connection closure, but it will be, well, closure handler. It will be a pointer, I think, because yeah, that should be a pointer, I think. Now let's be very careful here. This and connection closure handler. Let's take an address of it. Okay. Now we have this. If closure handler. Wait a second. Did I create it with an underscore? I should have an underscore here. It's a structure. Structures don't have underscores. Okay. Now it's perfect. Okay. So we are creating. So what is happening right now is that the server will also take in the connection closure handler reference. It will also take in a reference to the closure handler, and then the closure handler will be called from inside of the message handler operator to basically inform everybody that, yo, this connection has been closed and we need to we need to react to this closure basically. So yeah, server manager will get passed to what's the problem? What's the matter, man? What's your problem? Oh, because the constructor has not been altered here. Somewhere here. Oh, it's such a mess. Such a mess. Closure handler. Okay. This works. We are calling it here. Okay, so I think it should work right now. I mean, we are not removing anything, but I think that the lobby should report that something got disconnected. Let's go. No errors. Straight up perfection. That's how I like it. Okay, server, client. Let's run server. Weird. I thought that I have erased this printout, but that's irrelevant. Okay. Now let's disconnect. Let's go. Lobby 0. So lobby has got a hunch that something got erased. We should react to this. Okay, so we are onto something here. So now lobby and also a matchmaker should also inherit this. Give me a man after midnight. Won't somebody help me take the shadows away? Now, as you can see, it already has 2 observers. It will be a second observer here. Because first observer is for server, which is interesting. As you can see, this is a reusable pattern. They should make a book about this. Give me a man after midnight. Won't somebody help me take the shadows away? Handler observation. Let's see. Let me think for a second. Oh, I mean, there is not much to think about. Now it won't be explicit anymore. Oh, fuck. Okay, we have closure handler. And now let's go to this function. Let me copy this. Oops. Yep. Okay, now we observe, and now we should implement the function, right? What's your problem? This template requires observable. Should I write public to here too? Oh yeah. I forgot about that. As you see, you learn something every day. Virtual void on connection closed override, and this is x connection state connection state pointer state. Okay, and let's paste it here. It's under end. Okay, so here. CD print matchmaker connection closed. State okay, that would be it. And now one last thing we need to do, we need to supply it with the parameter in the constructor. Closure. Are we on crack here, guys? Like, what is that? Why does the IntelliSense like immediately snaps that? And Clang needs to wake up, man. Like, Clang actually needs to wake up because this is crazy. Actually, talking about Clang needs to wake up. Maybe I should wake it up. Let's build it one more time. And maybe it will wake up now. Okay. Minus CMake minus build here. Oops. Undefined symbol on connection closed. What are we talking about? Yeah, so here or here. Okay, give me this error on the main page because I can't see shit. Yeah, man, like unparsable error. Public virtual void server matchmaker on connection closed. Referenced by. Okay, as if it doesn't exist because we didn't specify that it exists here. CLS, okay. And now it will exist. And it exists. Let's go. Big. Let's go. Let's create server. Let's create a client. And now let's disconnect the client. Okay, normal closure, lobby 0, matchmaker connection closed. Okay, so as you can see, both observers now actually both observers right now actually see that the connection has been closed, which is quite important. Okay, so what do we do when the connection is closed? Please, man, like, stop. Let me think, what should we do when the connection is closed? In the case of lobby, we should just delete this this connection from the lobby, which is it sounds quite obvious actually. So, as I said some time ago, it's actually a deque. Everybody's surprised now. Holy crap. Pop front, yes, and pop front. Because deque allows us to erase elements because it's a more primitive container. And Q, what I was using, pushback, is actually a more nuanced container with a constraint. So yeah, it's actually a dequeue, not a queue. And as I said, we have just we'll probably convert that to the dequeue. Yep. Thread safe. It's actually a thread safe queue. Well, I guess it's a dequeue, but lobby uses it as a queue. I really need it. I just need the erase API. Okay, it's actually not erase API, it's actually an iteration API. We are using it to iterate, not to erase, we are using it to iterate because that's how the underlying operation goes. So I don't know how it's called, arbitrary access API. Need arbitrary index access, that's how it's called, I think, something like that. And now whenever this gets the call, we will do a log guard here, so we will log the mutex, and we will do what we are doing in like everywhere, so this. Yep. And this needs to, and we will remove from state from data. Okay, remove if. We need to do a remove if here. If where we pass in state, and we'll be dealing with a const connection, and we'll be returning connection ID equals to. Actually, we just need to okay, I'll do something vile here. It will be repulsed in a minute. Connection. Can I please know what an ID is? No, I can't know what an ID is. ID is ID is a uint64. Okay, thank you. Okay, so I'll do something that you will be. I mean, I don't know if it's bad or no. I'll just do it. Okay, so u64 ID equals to std stool state get ID, and we'll pass ID here to ID. And this doesn't work for some fucking reason, man. Connection, okay. First of all, I think we should do like from chars, from characters, because it's because I heard that it's more lightweight, and it doesn't do like copies or anything. So maybe that's the first thing to do. Const u64 ID equals oh yes. So first of all, I think we should do this. Wait, is that good? Character value. Call, okay, character, but we don't want to paste 10, we want to overload it. Why doesn't it work? From cars. From cars. Okay, I guess maybe it just needs an int. Oh, because it's const. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that's a programmer moment if I ever saw one. No matching function. No, not a function whatsoever. There isn't such function. Like, what do you mean? There is a remove if function? Like, no, there isn't a remove if function. Like, I must be sick. Well, there isn't algorithm library. What are we talking about, man? Thank you. Oh, it's okay. I'm not getting angry. It's just a machine. Just reload this and it will be okay, I think. Are we not still not okay? What's your problem, man? Like, what's your problem here? No matching function for call to object. Const remove. Don't want it to be const. I don't really care about the result here though. Type const remove. Well, can somebody explain to me why this doesn't work? Standard ranges. Let's use arrays, I think, because I'm not really sure currently if I'm doing this correctly. Yeah, so it tells you, so I'm doing this. I'm not doing this correctly. Holy shit! What a great fail. Oh. Okay. Oh. Okay, I don't want to get ahead of myself. Maybe I just should call remove actually. Okay, there is something. The following code removes all spaces from string. I need to learn so much. Okay, standard erase and standard erase if. Let's go. Erase. Yeah, I think that we're gonna opt into using standard erase if. Linear container, okay. Predicate. Which it's in vector. Because it's specialized for vector. It's only for vector? Wait a second. I understand. Oh, I see. It's a member function. That erase if. Don't tell that Decky doesn't have erase if. It's the member function. I'm just dumb. I'm just dumb. I'm just a huge fucking dumbass, man. And what does it return? Does it return a thing? The number of erased elements. Okay. So let's say. What kind of size type? Okay, bro, I actually don't have a clue why this shouts at me. Stop shouting at me, man. Like, what is your problem? Why does it do that? Can some... Oh, man. I understand. What is his problem, man? No matching function for call. Predicate. So I can't overload it like that. Fuck, man. Okay, so instead I guess I'll just do U64 ID here. And I don't know what's his problem here. Stumped by erase if. That's crazy, man. That is crazy work. I don't understand. I just don't get it. It works here. Standard erase if CNT. Oh, because it takes in the only data. Oh my fucking god, man, that was massive. We are not talking about this. Okay, now I need to holy shit. Now I need to step my game up here. This we need to update. What spice? This. We need to update closure handler here. Okay. And I think that's all. Yeah, those two. So now it's correct. Okay, what was I implementing? Hello to the 4 people that tuned into somebody who can't erase an element from a vector. Yeah, we are. Yeah, it's pretty cool. To be fair, like, oh, actually, we should do return, and this should be returning size t. I think this function should return size t because when it returns size t, we know, because the connection can be either in lobby or in the matchmaker or in the match conductor, and it can be in 2 places at the same time. So I'm thinking that if we erase it from one place, we can then signal that we can stop the erasure loop because we've already erased it. So I think that's just better. Okay, we'll do like that. Yeah, actually, I think it's a reasonable approach here. Size t, matchmaker, size t, and the matchmaker. Now let's implement this here. I think it's time to grow up. I don't like this. So what matchmaker will do, it will instead of erasing something, when the connection closes, it will do something totally different. It will just return all of the players in the intermediate buffer to the lobby, apart from the player that has disconnected. For let me think. For auto, what do I store here? No, it's for. I don't want to modify them, so it's a connection server connection in intermediate buffer. We'll be grabbing this. Let's go over to the lobby and copy this. 4 people, like, this is crazy numbers, and pretty consistent. Like, this is crazy numbers, like, literally never happened to me before. I'm so happy. 25 people, oh my god, someone has subscribed. Thank you for subscription. That's absolutely amazing. Okay, if Now let me think. Let me think for a second. First we need to iterate for this array and check if there is somebody who is missing. So we'll do like, it's okay, so we'll just iterate like that. If ID is equal to connection ID, we will do okay. And what we should do I want to return all of those? Now, if it was a vector, I could just erase it from the intermediate buffer, and that would be it. But I don't know if I have strength to do this. Yeah, that pisses me off, honestly. I need to rewrite the meshmaker. It's bullshit. It's terribly written. Absolutely abhorrent code. Log guard. Matchmaker thread. Boo. Okay. Okay, so we need to rewrite this. Okay, so first of all, matchmaker relies on this. This is quite fragile. Not gonna lie, this is rather fragile. Current index. Yeah, I mean, with this. But it works. I mean, we'll just slightly alter it. Okay, so this should be probably an atomic. So there are no races. It's an integral type, so I think that we'll get away with doing operations on it. Okay, let's implement this like that for now. Okay. No, I hate it. I still hate it. I still hate it. I still hate it. Okay, so how to do this better, in a better way? Yeah, I don't know. I still don't know how to do this. I'm pretty adamant that I want to do this as an array. That might be just not correct. Let's try use a vector here. Okay. Then in the constructor we'll just for that vector, this is intermediate buffer. Intermediate buffer, and what we are doing is we are reserving G number of players in the game. Okay. Now this buffer should have a lock. Buffer mutex. Um, oh wow! Hello to the owner of Bread. I didn't see your message first. I just my first is my favorite language is well C++. Yeah, I would probably stick with C++. Yeah, I have coded in assembly during my computer architecture lessons, and I didn't enjoy it. I did not enjoy it back then. However, right now, I would probably enjoy it more because I know more about computers, so I understand what's going on. Assembly is a pretty nice language to know. My next favorite language is Holy C because of how unique it is. Yeah, you want to learn Holy C, man? That's really cool. I've never coded in Holy C actually. Is it good? Like, have you coded it? Coded in it yet, or not? Have you coded in it in the Holy C, or you're just kind of thinking about it? Yeah. So you answered this question, and I'll go back to coding here. Yeah. So. Now, why this is really bad is because you shouldn't grab a mutex inside another mutex, and this grabs a mutex. Quite obviously. Yeah, this grabs a mutex, and you can't grab two mutexes one after the other. What you should do is grab two mutexes at the same time, or bounce. And how you do this? What the fuck is that? And how you do this is that you use scoped lock, I think. You need to grab two mutex scoped lock. It allows you to grab two mutexes at the same time. However, I don't think it comes with the unlock, so we'll look at the std unique mutex. Unique lock, I mean. Can unique lock grab two mutexes at the same time? That's the real question here. No, it can't. std lock. There's also std lock that allows you to grab two mutexes at the same time. I mean, multiple mutexes at the same time. Okay. So the question now is, how do we proceed here? Because we need to grab both of the mutexes. So I'm thinking that we'll be waiting here on the. We'll do something like that. Oh fuck. We'll be waiting on the data CV here, just waiting here casually. Unique lock data. No, my phone running out of battery. Oh no, man, just man, run for the charger. Like, you can't miss this. Run for the charger and stay on the stream, because actually right now it's getting really interesting because I'm doing some multi-threading magic here. Run for the... Yeah, man, just run for it, man. Where's your charger at? We'll grab a mutex and we'll wait on this mutex until we know that something is inside the queue, and then the lock will be then we will unlock the lock, and then we will do standard lock on both lobby mutex. Oh, actually we can do probably like a scoped lock here. Scoped lock on lobby mutex and buffer mutex. yeah, as I was saying, we'll grab a log on both here, and we'll be able to deal with it more efficiently, I think, from now on. 5 concurrent viewers, that is absolutely insane, man. That is ridiculous. Holy. So cool. Okay, lobby. Let me take a look here. Yeah, so I think that we'll be able to straightforward intermediate buffer, push back, lobby data front. We can move it in because we will be immediately afterwards doing data lobby data pop front. Okay. That is ridiculous, man. Now we have pushed this in, and we are escaping this critical section, and we will have one last critical section here that will be responsible for checking if enough players are in the intermediate buffer. So we are going to be using log guard here. Well, actually, I don't think I need a scope for that. Std log guard will suffice 100%, and will be last. Well, I guess we'll just do a scope here for the log consistency. Log on the buffer mutex. Now, this is actually most vexing part probably, so we need to change this to the braces. Yeah, man, go for the charger and run for it, man. Like, I hope you come back. Like, tell us if you came back, because I'm curious how the run went. Okay. So yeah, so we are grabbing both logs at the same time. This is super important, and then they will be released. Because when you grab 2 logs, you need to first grab log A, log B, and then you need to release log B, log A. I want me to play the guitar. Oh, I didn't play the guitar for a long time. I actually play piano more recently, but I can play something at the end of the stream maybe. If I do this function correctly, I'll. But actually, I don't know if I want copyright strike if I start playing some copyrightable music. So we have a log buffer mutex. Plus, I don't have a donation setup like ready, so I don't think you will be able to donate anyway. If intermediate buffer size equals G number of players in game, assemble game, and assemble game will basically, we need to rewrite a mesh conductor right now. Nice. That is good stuff. I don't know how to do this. Let me think. Because I don't want to copy every element. My phone is hanging open. I removed the battery, and I have my bench top power supply on the battery contacts. What are you talking about? The owner of Bread comes here and says some cryptic shit. Who are you, man? Like, owner of Bread. That sounds. I mean, what a crazy nickname, right? The owner of Bread. I like the nickname though. Listen, I don't know how to do this correctly here, because we need to move in the data from the vector. Yeah, we don't need this right now. From the vector to the mesh conductor. Maybe for now we will just chill the fuck out with that. Yeah, for now we'll just chill out with that. Oh, that is some abhorrent code, man. For now, let's chill out with that. We will rewrite that in a minute. And let's focus on more important things, such as assemble game, such as let's just print for now assemble game, and we'll get that to work later. Matchmaker, yeah, we need to comment this out. Okay, so now that we have this function working, which is now pretty convoluted, we wait for a signal from a lobby in log, then we grab a log for both. Now we check if lobby data empty, we immediately return, because this might be the case that somebody else will access this data. However, I doubt it. But it's still possible. If the player connects here, then immediately disconnects, then there is a period of time where the lobby will be accessing the data point, basically. We'll be accessing its data under the lock, and we'll remove this data, and then we try to retrieve it, and we'll have UB, because we'll be accessing basically a null pointer or something like that, uninitialized data or something. So we need to return first here if it's empty, because in this small fragment of time actually a lot of things might happen, and we can't, and I don't think we can basically defer, like give this lock here, because that would break the pattern of not locking, two locks at the same time. This looks really bad, but I think that's the correct way to do this. If not, I will get like probably a huge UB in a second, which would be also pretty fun, I guess. But yeah, so closing mechanism. Connection, intermediate buffer. Okay, so we need to use 64 ID. And now what we need to do is just to call erase on that, and that is a lot easier. Return std erase if intermediate buffer. And how did I do that in lobby? One more time. My username is because I have channel named Brett, channel named Brett Tech, and so the owner of the Brett Tech. I couldn't fit text, and oh, okay, I see. Very funny. Yeah, we'll just do this and it'll be okay. Matchmaker. Connection at we'll figure it out in a second. Why can't we do this? Oh, because we don't have it aliased server connection. And now it's an intermediate buffer. It's actually buffer mutex, and here's intermediate buffer. Okay, and it's motherless because no matching function call. Yet again. And it's tiring, I'm gonna lie. Let me take a look. We have server connection. Erase if. Erase if. Conversion candidate of bool requires 2 arguments if one is provided. Yeah. How erase if on vector is done? Erased, erased, erase, erase. Yeah, I specifically want to erase if here. Well, I'm doing it. So what's your problem, man? Holy crap, man. Why this again? Wait a second. Yeah, right now this isn't supplied, so we should probably remove this. And then we should do ID and delete this. Oh, now everything's checked out. It's weird that this didn't show us here, but it showed us here. Very weird. Now what's going on next? Let's do assemble. Okay, so I think this works. Block buffer mutex. We'll need to figure out how to now move those elements more effectively, but I don't think it's a problem at all. So that's good. Okay, let's delete this call. Okay, now let's maybe add one last thing here, which will be just printing. I just want to be sure that actually maybe let's be funny. Let's do stack analyzer here. Instead print common utility stack analyzer print out, and let's do the same for lobby. And yeah, we'll see which one prints. And actually, let's maybe delete this print out here in the case of server. I'll need this here. Okay, let's build it. We've connected. Now we'll disconnect gracefully. And yeah, that's not a bug. Remember, it's just my profiler. 24 function calls later. Oh wait, this actually is worrisome. Wait a second. Oh yeah, because I didn't delete it. Do you sail at 7? No, bro, I don't really like do sailing. Although that's pretty dope, I think. Maybe I should try, like, for real. Okay, so we will do on connection closed. If connection closed, return. Okay, we'll do like that. So now, whoever deletes it first, whoever basically erases first, we'll say, okay, like, don't erase anymore. Like, I've got this. Yeah, it's better, I think. But now, if we do this, yeah, both will still probably erase. So let me think. Yeah, both will erase here, in my opinion. But so instead of doing printout here, well, I don't know. I have an old boat in my backyard. That's crazy. Where are you from, man? Like, old boat in your backyard? Who has that? Where are you from, man? Okay, let's try it one more time. New Zealand, that's crazy. You're from New Zealand. I'm from Poland, man. Holy. That's like literally different other side of the world. I always want to go to New Zealand because they filmed, Lord of the Rings there. And I think it's so beautiful. Holy New Zealand. That's really cool, man. Okay, so let's open a server here. Now let's run a client. Okay. Let's open another client. But first, before we open this client, we are going to disconnect this client. Okay, and we are going to connect it one more time. Okay. And assemble game. Okay, so I think everything works. It seems to me that everything is working correctly because 2 clients joined, 1 disconnected, then again 2 clients joined, so we have net 3 clients, and the game has started. So this is correct because the game should start with 3 players. So I think everything is correct here. Yeah, that was some piece of code, but we got it to work, which is the most important part. Okay. But no, actually, I've never seen anything else from Peter Jackson apart from Lord of the Rings and Hobbit. Oh, he did King Kong too. So which one is good? Like, which one is your favorite movie by him? Damn, what? That doesn't... I mean, everybody begins somewhere, right? Like, everybody has like humble beginning, I suppose. Do you like the Frighteners? And do you like the Frighteners? Oh, isn't this the guy from the Back to the Future movie? Yeah, it's a Back to the Future. Yeah, exactly. What do you mean? I don't really know the names of the movies. What do you mean? Like... Yeah, let's go back to coding. Okay, actually I will end it for now because I'm pretty tired. I've been coding all day. Everything works, at least it seems to. Yeah, it makes sense. I always wanted to be a movie director, so I have like a good memory for movie names, and I memorize them very, very quickly. Okay. Okay, like this code here is pretty fucking crazy. Like, hello Mojita. Oh, I mean goodbye. I'm also going. Like, yeah. It's been a pleasure streaming for you guys. Like, we got so many views. It was extremely cool, and I feel pretty cool about that. So yeah, it will be it for now. And I will probably stream tomorrow too, and the day after tomorrow, and maybe we'll see. Yeah, so goodbye.